What's going on, everyone? It's Jack from Conservative Collectors, back again with another strategy video. Today we'll be going over the Bollinger Bands and RSI strategy. Let's get into it. Before we start, I want to show you guys how to get these studies up on your Thinkorswim desktop platform. So, click Studies in the top right, Edit Studies, and we're going to pull up the Bollinger Bands first. Type in B-O-L-L, and Bollinger Bands is the first one. Add selected. And then we go over to the RSI. Click that, add selected. And I do not change these settings. This is second standard deviation for the Bollinger Bands, and the RSI stays as is. I do not mess with these because they work just fine the way they are. We click Apply, and we're ready to go. Also, as you see, there's different colors. I like to go again now into Studies for Bollinger Bands, and to change the colors you click this cogwheel and the midline, and I like to keep every single line, band, whatever you want to call them, white, just because it's easier for me to see. I don't like multiple different colors. And once you do that, then make sure to press OK, Apply, and OK, and we're ready to go. Now for this strategy, we will simply be looking to see when candles close outside of these upper bands or lower bands, and when the RSI pushes this 70 line. Now, for this strategy, we will simply be watching candle closes on the outside of these bands, and the RSI as it pushes 70 considered overbought, and when the RSI pushes 30, which would be considered oversold. This combination of watching candles close outside of the bands while being overbought can potentially provide you with a strong counter trend move for you to catch potential downside, or for you to exit your long positions for a potential re-entry on any ticker of your choosing. But we will go over certain examples to show you how strong this strategy is, and you do not even need to use support or resistance. Just simply these two indicators can provide you strong potential for any single stock that you are in any position, no matter what it is. Let's take a look at one of my favorite tickers to trade, Tesla. We can use this again with any ticker of your choosing, but Tesla is my favorite ticker, so let's run through how we can potentially use this strategy if we are long and would like to exit on our positions. I've circled 3 potential times where this can considered to be an exit, just based off of the Bollinger Bands and the RSI. If you look here, here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3, combining the RSI and a candle close outside of the bands to indicate to us that the stock is now done its rally and is now looking to pull back. When a candle closes outside of the bands, I like to call it snapping back into the bands. So this close, and each time we've closed outside of the bands, we then snapped back inside. This can potentially touch the bottom of this band or the midline. Either one is still considered healthy, and if we do get that close on the bottom of the band with a candle close on the outside, we'll then look for a push upwards. But because Tesla has such strong momentum to the upside, we've really only seen candle closes above, with then causing a strong pullback. And this, as you can see, using just these 2 indicators, no other support or resistance, can provide you with extremely accurate exits to your longs. As you see, almost every single time we've closed outside of these Bollinger Bands, there has been a pullback, and a very strong one. This is because we are on the 4-hour time frame, and because these 2 indicators provide a very strong strategy for you and your trading. This is without using any support or resistance, just one single close. Also watching being oversold in the RSI can provide you with what you need to succeed in trading. So if I were to go long here, I would look to, as long as these candles are staying in the bands, I'm okay with that. The second I see a candle close here, a candle now closes outside of the bands, and we see the RSI is pushing above 70, which is considered oversold. And what do I mean by oversold? Oversold simply means that sellers now need to step in to push price down, and for price to cool down or pull back for another leg higher. So as I see candles closing outside of the bands as we push overbought, we then would look to exit our long positions until the candles now come back into the Bollinger Bands, and we can now look for another entry. Same thing here on every single time. that we've got to close outside of the bands, it's been simply candles close above, we are overbought, now looking for a pullback, and now we will exit the second we see a candle close outside of these bands. Now, as you can tell, we have multiple candle closes outside of the bands, but that does not sustain for a long period of time. If you would like to exit your long positions as soon as you get a candle close outside of the bands, that is okay. You may see some more green, but ultimately there will be an imminent pullback just based off of these two indicators. I'll show you one more ticker example, but this strategy is really simple and self-explanatory, so I hope you guys can implement this into your trading style. Now, on to the next ticker. Now onto SPY. This is your overall market, and this is a stock that some people are extremely intimidated to trade, but I'm here to show you, just through these indicators, how it can potentially help you in your understanding of the overall market, and to be able to benefit your trades by understanding the direction of SPY and where it could potentially go. Again, just off of these two indicators, you can aid your trading and understanding of the potential market and where it's headed. I again have 3 times where we've closed outside of the bands with being overbought, with a pullback imminent. Sometimes they're a little more exaggerated, as in this example with this overbought and this strong close outside of the bands. Same thing here. We have a close outside. Sometimes, again, harder to see, we get that close. This is where the candle closed right here, as well as being overbought. Simply, again, 2 indicators showing you no matter what ticker you trade, even SPY, the overall market, will show you where a pullback is necessary. Some people do struggle, especially at all-time highs, where a pullback may come, and while just watching on higher time frames such as the 4-hour, when candles close outside of the bands, you want to be careful of being long, because it will indicate a potential pullback. But overall, what I want everyone to get out of this lesson is you do not need a ton of indicators or anything to trade. If you simply find something that works for you, whether this is the Bollinger Bands and RSI strategy or something else, that's all you need to successfully trade. Now, what I want you guys to do after you've done watched this video, try this out in on demand on Thinkorswim or in your next potential trade, because I do think that this is a great strategy for anyone as you grow as a trader, because it's so strong with only 2 indicators and nothing else. But I hope everyone enjoyed this strategy video. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more strategy videos coming in the near future. Thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next one.